My name is Saleh Kadan. I'm an SDET at GoodRx, and I've been working there for about 14 months. And I'm originally from Portland, Oregon. All right, and for those of you who don't know what GoodRx is and what we do, it's a free tool that allows anyone to search for the lowest prescription prices at local pharmacies. What that means is, let's say that you have a prescription, and if you don't have insurance, or if you do have insurance and the insurance company doesn't really cover that much of your medication, you can go to our website, find the lowest price, click on the coupon, take the coupon to your local pharmacy, and they can enter that in as if it's an insurance. You'll get the lowest price that's listed. All right. So this is your typical login screen. You have the email address or username, and the password field, along with the login button. And as far as automation goes, it's fairly easy to automate this page. You can just hard code the username and password value as a string. Use a tool such as Selenium to pass in those values into the browser, and click the login. And if those username and password values if they are an actual account, it'll automatically log you in, and that'll be a successful test. This is what our logins flow looks like now. We completely got rid of the password. There's two different flows that you can go through, either the email flow or the phone number flow. If you enter in your phone number or your email address, you are then sent an email with a one-time login token URL that you click on, and that will automatically log you in. Now, if you put in your phone number, you are automatically texted a six-digit code, which you are then prompted to enter that in. Once you enter in that code, it'll successfully log you in. And I'm just going to give you a demo of what that looks like on our website. So first, I'm going to log in using a email address. And if you're on the desktop, it'll automatically prompt you to enter in your email address. And as you can see here, this is the email that you receive. You click on that. It's just a one-time use to log you in. All right. So that is the email flow. If you're on a phone and you navigate to GoodRx.com, you're automatically navigated to the mobile version. And let's say that you log in, because it's a phone, it'll automatically ask you for your phone number, and then it'll ask you to prompt you to put in the PIN. And you're logged in. Now, when the developers created this, it was apparent for the SDET team to completely change the logging tests. And what we were kind of wondering is, okay, how are we going to get access to those emails or even text messages? And so we came across a solution for emails. The tool is called MailSort. MailSort allows you to read emails. Using their APIs. It gives us the content of the email, so we search for the URL, and then using Selenium, we navigate to that URL within the email. And we thought it would be just as easy to automate the phone number flow. we thought, because we're using Twilio, we can just purchase a phone number from them, use that phone number for our tests, and utilize their APIs to retrieve messages that were sent to that phone number. So we put in the phone number into right here, and then it automatically sent us to this this page right here. So we assumed that it worked. We went to Twilio under the phone number that we purchased, looked at the messages that were sent to that phone number, and no messages were sent to that phone number. So we're kind of wondering, okay, are we doing something wrong? Are we we assume, if we're putting in the phone number correctly. So we contacted Twilio's support team, and they sent us to this support page, and it pretty much said Twilio phone numbers cannot receive messages from US, Canada, or UK shortcodes. And it's a limitation for both Twilio shortcodes and non-Twilio shortcodes. And this is an actual shortcode right here, and this is a shortcode that we use to text our customers. This is the phone number that we used, that we purchased from Twilio, and this is the message that we received back from them when running this code. So we thought maybe it's just a Twilio limitation. We looked at other services like Bandwidth, Nexmo, and the likes. Purchased a phone number from them, and same thing. So we kind of thought, okay, maybe the phone number flow will have to just be manually tested. And then we came across an app. It's actually just an Android app. It's called MySMS. MySMS is just a simple app that you download on your Android phone that can act instead of your typical messaging app. And it can be set as a default SMS client on Android. What that means is that the phone that you download the SMS app does have to have an actual phone number attached to it, like a phone number that is being serviced by an actual network like Verizon, AT&T. And what's great about this the MySMS is it actually has a REST API layer on top of the app that allows you to call those APIs to either retrieve, send messages from the device itself. And the great use case of this service is, obviously, as I said, to use it for two-step authentication. So you can retrieve messages that has the passcode in it. Another use case is actually validating marketing messages. And this is just a wrapper function in our MySMS class wrapper that just calls the MySMS endpoint to retrieve the latest messaging history for the recipient that we sent in, which is the shortcode. And that will just give us the latest message, which is what we really care about. And then we just grab the passcode using just regex. And so essentially in our automation, what that looks like is we first navigate to the login page. We enter in our phone number. We're taken to this page to prompt this page to enter in the 6-digit code. We use MySMS API to then retrieve the latest message that has the passcode. And then obviously we'll just enter it in here, and then it'll automatically log us in. And then for the email, similar test, except we're not using MySMS. We'll be using MailSort. And this is an actual screenshot that was taken by using MailSort's API to grab the login email message that was sent for one of our tests. Now, unfortunately, I brought the wrong phone to show you guys a demo on how it works. But essentially what it is, we actually have a physical device in our office that no one is allowed to touch, just because it has to always be on the network, on our Wi-Fi, fully charged. And so anytime our automation does run, it'll constantly be reading the messages that are being sent, and it'll retrieve either the passcode to log us in, or we do have a transactional messaging, which if you do go to a coupon page and you want to message that to a friend or even yourself, you're able to put in your phone number, and you'll get all the information about that coupon. And what we do is we validate to make sure that the actual coupon is being sent, along with the URL that is attached to that message, that when you do click on it, it does direct you to the proper coupon. And these are the URLs that I've talked about today. So the MySMS, if you go to the developer page, it does have a get started a documentation. Their documentation for their API is really, really bad. It took me a while to figure it out. They actually have their own Python wrapper functions for all of the APIs. I didn't use it because it just is completely outdated. So I just wrote my own. And then this is Millisor, and then Twilio. So yeah.
Any questions so far?
Yes.
I don't know if this is the right question to ask you, but is there a reason why you guys went with the passwordless login? Or would that be more like a dev team?
Yeah, so that would, I know there are several different methods. Our dev team is constantly looking for the most secure way to, give to our customers to log them in. As far as why they chose that, I'm not sure.
I want to answer that. So we use an identity platform called Auth0. We want to keep all our people's identity in that identity platform, and we also want to tie it with their profile services, so we can track it that if somebody has used our coupon or not. So for various those kind of purposes, we wanted to make sure, and if you keep the identity platform separate from your whole architecture, it gives you a lot of leverage to use for different purposes. So that was the main reason.
Yes.
Is there a reason you need to use an actual piece of hardware, that you couldn't use Appium to use a simulated version of Android and then do the SMS that way?
So the reason why we went with an actual device is it actually has to have a phone number that is being serviced by Verizon or AT&T. As far as I know, I don't know if we can actually have a service on a simulator. That was the only reason. Yes.
If you're using a phone number as a user identifier, how do you deal with someone changing their phone number? You can't follow. There's two different people that use the same identifier.
Yeah.
Or what about grandma that doesn't have a cell phone, or has one but doesn't realize that she needs to put that number in, but just by default uses her landline phone.
So in our website, if you do put in a phone number that is not a cell phone, it will let you know that it's a text message has not been sent. But as far as identifying if it's a landline or not, I guess that's a good test case. But as far as if a customer changes their phone number, they can actually log into their account and switch their phone number to the new one. But we only have one phone number for our test. As we expand our test, we'll probably add more phone numbers and more devices.
Done? Anybody? No more questions?
Yeah, for example, if I log in from the mobile phone, but I don't have actual SIM card in it, so on the mobile version, I will have the phone number.
Yeah. So on desktop and on mobile, you have both options. On desktop, it'll just automatically have you put in your email, but then on the bottom, it does say use phone number instead, and then vice versa for mobile. So you can put in your email address if you wanted to, if you're on a mobile device.
But for example, do you check if the mobile device has the actual SIM card inside it? So if it has an actual SIM card, you give it the phone number, like the input box. And if it doesn't have an actual SIM card though, so you give them an email.
So from my understanding is when you do navigate to the, if you navigate to GoodRx.com, it'll automatically take you to the mobile version. You're taking the mobile version whether you have a network service or not.
All right, thank you very much.